My name is Kemo Sonko. I'm from the Gambia, and I was born in Sika Opanyomi district, North Bank region. I became a systems administrator for the customs system, computer system. It's a Linux system. I've been a systems administrator for that one for 10 years. Now, again, I switched career to become a deputy director, enterprise risk management, reforms and modernization. That is my unit is responsible for all the reforms and modernization programs of Gambia Revenue Authority. The highest qualifications I have is a master's in public sector management. In 1983, there was a high school that was opened in Basse called Nasir Ahmadiyyat Muslim High School then. During the course of my studies there was one ustaz called Maulana Munawar Ahmad Kursid. He was the ustaz then at the time. He had a discussion with some of the students. These students had the belief that there was a man in Mansajang who had some sort of supernatural powers. He had in our part of the world they call jujus. Such that if you pull a trigger, you take a gun and you pull a trigger and you aim at him, you want to shoot, it will never fire. Even where it wants to fire, in fact, to prove to you, water will drop out of the barrel of the gun. That is to tell you that the man had some supernatural means that you cannot even fire at him. So this discussion went on, and then Ustaz was so confident that this could not be true. He decided that, okay, what we are going to do is to go to Mansajang. I will make an arrangement with you people. We will meet at Mansajang, and the man will also come. And then what we are going to do, we are not going to pull a trigger at the man, because if that happens and he dies, then I will be in trouble. So what we are going to do, I am going to buy a sheep, and then they will tie the juju or amulet or whatever they call it in our part of the world, and we tie it to that sheep, and I will pull the trigger. If the sheep dies, the man will refund my money. If the sheep did not die, then the sheep becomes the man's own property. He can take the sheep. But what struck me well was the conviction that this ustaz had. And the students did not turn up. From then on, I decided to conduct my own investigation. I was able to go to the mission, and then there I used to read a collection of a magazine. As I read, I discussed with some of the students. I would find their Ahmadi students and also local missionaries like Ustaz Muhammad Sinaigo. And in 1985, I decided that, look, I need to sign this bayat. I signed the bayat, but then I did not know all the details. I decided to come to Ahmadiyya Mission, to buy more books, literature, and read about Jamaat. I bought Riyadh Salin and so many other books. So I went home. I will lock myself in the room. I had nothing but to read these books. But what really became a turning point in my life was there was a friend called Musa Kinte. I saw a book with him, and that book was The Philosophy of the Teachings of Islam. That was really the turning point in my life, because when I laid hands on that book, I read it. It was like I have never read any book, on religion or on anything that made so much sense to me as Philosophy of the Teachings of Islam. It was a fantastic piece of, academic work. So I read that book up to a point. I decided that now I will become an Ahmadi. I signed the bayat in 1985. I said, no, I'm going to renew my bayat now, because now is the time I really understand Jamaat, so I should sign the bayat again.
Amantun kabatuagi na venkumo. Amantun kabatuagi.